guys. It's our last live together, our last week of the Hustle to Director program. So you know how it works. If you're watching this part, go ahead and comment replay down below. I didn't give you guys a official warning of when I was hopping on, simply because today's been a crazy day. Hey Brooke, I was back for the first Monday like all month because of snow days. So today's been so crazy. Hi Kirsten. So I didn't want to give you guys expectations and then not be able to hop on at that time. And really, this week is really just a recap, and we're kind of just wrapping up everything. So if you do have to catch the replay, it's not a huge deal. I just realized I still have my visitor sticker on from work today. So that's how my Monday's going. But I asked you guys for some feedback on topics that you wanted to hear about. No one really had anything that was like super, I have to have this, like you missed this, sort of a big topic. There were kind of a few like smaller topics, subtopics that some people suggested, which I really appreciate. I can tell you that some of this stuff I do tend to elaborate on more in our big team page, because this was such a like intensive direct program. I didn't really, hi Buffy, plan on going super in-depth on some of this stuff. So I've just kind of made little notes, and then I can always go in deeper on our Big Boss Babes page. So the first thing that someone requested was to talk about vendor shows. So I think that's a great topic, and a place that I need to do my own research in. I have only done one vendor show since I started, and that's not because I don't like them. I loved doing the vendor show that I did. But with COVID and everything, obviously the past year, there haven't really been a ton of vendor shows. That's a lie. I've done one in-person vendor show. I have done a couple online vendor shows, which I'll talk about. But in-person vendor shows, there is seriously nothing like them. Those people come to shop. That is like a great place to make connections. People are so nice. So I highly recommend looking for vendor shows, and I'll kind of tell you how you can look for them. But if you get the chance to do one, definitely do one. So a lot of them are online right now, which I have done an online one, and I found it wasn't as successful as an in-person one, but that's to be expected, because an in-person one is, whenever I do them, I mostly do cash and carry. So I bring some of the stuff that I have on hand, and they can take home with them that day. Well, obviously, whenever it's online, that's not possible because they are ordering directly through the website. And I feel like anytime you're sending someone to your website, they're automatically spending less because you can't talk about like what all you're doing and upsell them. A lot of giveaways. Yeah, that is definitely an issue, Brooke. And how I'm steering away from that is that I'm just not partaking in any of the giveaway stuff. So as long as you're not the one showing what you're giving away, then you should be fine, because you aren't the one like, hey, I'm giving away a free wax bar or whatever. So online ones are great. I had someone reach out to me. She just found me on Instagram and asked me if I wanted to be the Cincy rep in that group. So that's how she found me, and then she kind of asked me to do another one. So that's a great thing, is you build connections with customers, but you also build connections with other vendors. So then you can say, hey, if I ever hear of a vendor show and they need a Color Street rep or a whatever rep, I will let you know. And then you let me know if you're ever in a vendor show and they need a Cincy rep. So you kind of build that rapport with them as well, so then you can expand outside of what you would normally find. So add yourself to vendor groups on Facebook. So there's one for Ohio and there's one specifically for Dayton. Of course, Brooke, hopefully you can start looking at those soon, right? But if you aren't in the Dayton area, just look for your specific area. There's groups. It's literally just vendor shows in Dayton, Ohio, or something like that. Just search for it and you'll find it. And people will post in there whenever they're looking for vendors for their events. They'll sometimes say, you know, this is who we have. let me know if you're interested. So getting in there and building connections in there, not just looking for events, but building connections in there is also big. And of course, let your friends and family and your customers know that you do vendor shows. Some people think that just because you've never talked about it, that you don't do them. So that's how I've done did join a rally one with COVID. Yeah, seriously. So wherever you can look, that's wherever you are, you can find. Do you guys hear my dogs? Literally totally quiet until I hopped on. So the one that I've done in person, hang on, I'm going to text my husband. He's out in the garage, and they've been working out for over an hour, so I don't think they're still working out. I think they like to just chit-chat out there and drink their beer after they work out. So the one that I did in person was a customer of mine that she was running it at the church, and she was like, hey, are you interested in it? Yeah, of course. So that's how I got in with that one. And then I was supposed to do it again last year, but of course with COVID that didn't happen. But she said that I'll forever be the Cincy rep unless I choose to pull out of it. So a lot of times once you get established in a vendor group, they invite you to come back year after year. So that's nice as well. Some like general rules for vendor shows: do not spend an arm and a leg for a spot. I've heard of people spending like hundreds of dollars for their vendor spot. Usually you have to pay some sort of a fee to be there, 10, 20. I would not go above $50 for a spot. Yes, you'll most likely make that back, but you shouldn't be spending $100 for a spot to get, $500 that people take home with them or whatever, however it plays out. So don't spend an arm and a leg. If they're saying that it's worth it because they have thousands of people coming, I personally am going to tell you that I don't think that they're worth it, and you shouldn't have to spend that much for a good vendor show. As far as what you should have whenever you go to a vendor event, bulbs. Always have bulbs. Even if someone has a die-hard consultant that they're loyal to, they may have forgotten to tell them that they need bulbs 5 times, and now they're like, oh my God, she has bulbs, please. One person I was listening to said that she only ever brings them in our 3-packs. So she just says, oh, I don't sell them individually, here's 3 for $5. You're there to make money. So people aren't going to be mad about having to do all 3 of them. So bulbs, bars, of course. Always have bars. Someone's going to come up and ask if you have such and such bar from 2004 or whatever. So don't feel bad if you don't have what they're looking for. Just try to find them an alternative. But having the most popular scents you can never go wrong with. Baked apple pie, blueberry cheesecake, all of those kinds of scents. And then I personally do bring warmers. Oh, yay, Lynn, good luck. We'll see you later. I do bring warmers. I have some warmers on hand. So I found success with warmers. I felt like a lot of people, that was like a big ticket item. And then you can be like, hey, let me get you some wax to go with it. But the one show or the one video I watched said she never brings warmers. So I think that it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I had success with warmers. I'm not going to say I sold all of them, but even mini warmers. I feel like mini warmers are a great, cheap way for people to get to know Cincy and buy gifts for them. So, of course, I have had 0 success with buddies. I do not sell buddies at shows, at open houses, at anything, ever. I basically have to beg people to take buddies. I don't know what it is. I guess I'm not really in that era that has a ton of kids, so they don't have a lot of kids to buy for. Maybe in a few years they'll want all the buddies. But I don't have success with buddies. Of course, you can do things like car bars and stuff like that. I'll talk about that, Robin. So car bars, scent circles are cheap. Cleaning line stuff and body stuff. Body stuff actually doesn't do too bad for me. Now, as far as if you don't have something on hand, so whether that's warmers, whether that's taking your own personal Cincy Fresh and letting people try it so they can order it. You can absolutely take stuff to show. Absolutely. I'm here to tell you that unfortunately, a lot of people... Oh, Julie. Unfortunately, a lot of people will not purchase if they can't take it with them and go home. So, of course, you can take stuff and you're going to hear people say it's better than nothing, and it absolutely is. But if you can financially swing having some tangible items that people can buy there and take home, I promise you, you'll do better. So ways I do that, bundle and saves. So counter clean, I would get that as a half price item in the 3-pack bundle and save. So that's like what, $29, so half of that, and then I'll go and sell them for full price. So that's how I get what I take to vendor shows, what I have in my stock. I'm not out there buying 26 packs of bars at full price to then turn around and sell them at full price, because that's stressful and you're going to go into debt to then hopefully recoup your money. So if you want to have something tangible for them to take, always use your hostess rewards as free and half price items, and always do the bundle and saves. So get the 3-pack of Scentsy Fresh, the 3-pack of bathroom cleaner, the 3-pack of counter clean. And then you can have your own personal Scentsy Fresh for people to try. Hey, spray it on your clothes. And then say those 3 Scentsy Fresh that you brought sell, you can still have it to show. So if you have the option to bring actual items, do it. But just because you don't let that stop you from doing them. Then you can do things like showing off a warmer and letting them know that they can order from you. And I feel like that's kind of taboo, because everyone's like, oh, you don't need to have anything. You can take your testers in a catalog and be okay. Yes, you will. And you'll definitely have sales because people love Scentsy. But I'm here to tell you, you will absolutely do better if you have tangible items for cash and carry for people to take with them. As far as payments, I do accept Venmo, PayPal, Square, Cash App, all of those things, and I have it spelled out. Of course, I accept cash. I'm very leery about accepting personal checks. There's way too much that can go wrong with that. Robin, you're never going to feel ready, so just remember that. I don't know how much you personally have. If you can find a show and get your name out there, even with nothing, that's better than not showing up at all. So just know that too, that's a way that you can build connections. So please don't take it as if you don't have any stock, don't do them. But I'm just here to tell you that if you have the option to have stock, that's going to be better. That was very confusing. So hopefully everyone gets that. Do vendor shows whether you have stock or not, but if you have the chance to bring anything, bring it, because people like to take it and take it home. So watch accepting personal checks. There's way too much that can go wrong. And then I was going to say something else and someone just texted me and I lost my train of thought. Personal checks and don't remember. I'll think of it. Oh, I remembered it. Contact information is huge. So I always do like a door prize or a giveaway. I gave away one of my personal mystery boxes at one of the vendor shows I did, trying to get them hooked on those. But they fill out a, what do you mean, Robin? Things you can't do. You can offer personal specials at a vendor show. You can give away all the free things because it's one-on-one communication. So if that's what you mean, let me know what you mean, and maybe I can answer it better. But the giveaway slips, get all their information. So you can input that on Workstation. They can become a part of the monthly newsletter. You can send them emails whenever things are happening. So yeah, you can do personal specials, Robin. I would just be careful because again, you don't want to short yourself. Okay, side note on personal specials. I am a huge fan for personal specials. I believe that our customers deserve to be spoiled. I believe that they have a time and place, but they also are a sticky situation in the fact that you can also get customers that don't want to purchase for full price, that will only purchase when there is a special. And at the end of the day, our wax bars are worth $6. Now, ones that I have from 2.5 years ago that are a little bit discolored, okay, yeah, absolutely, I think I should discount those. But our product is worth the money. So don't cheat yourself and don't cheat Scentsy on trying to discount stuff because our product is worth it. There's a lifetime warranty. This is natural paraffin wax. Our product is absolutely worth the price that Scentsy puts on it. So definitely don't cheat yourself out of that. And you can't, yes. You can't go to one that's a weekly repeat thing. It's a one-time event, which I've never had an instance where there's been like a repeating thing. Like mine's always been a one-time event. As far as once you get there, absolutely make a post about the fact that you're there, but you do have to be careful on what you show in your post. So technically, if you have a table of stuff, you're only supposed to have one of each item in your picture on your social media post. So keep that in mind. It's very sticky. I think some people take it way too seriously and should just worry about their business. But Brooke absolutely brings up a good point that technically that is out of compliance to show more than one item on the table. So you can have one wax bar, one warmer, one Scentsy Buddy, one this, one that. So, which I definitely think is a tricky situation because most of the time your setups aren't set up like that. So, but get that contact information for giveaways. There is a contact form on AMI, the follow-up app that I always talk about, that's specifically for shows. So you can hand them your phone or hand them your iPad or hand them whatever. And they can fill it out there, and they're the ones inputting their information, so they may be more likely to, actually put their information down versus like writing it down or you doing it. So that's a big thing about vendor shows is you have to get contact information. And if nothing else, even if you don't sell a dime, if you got contact information, it was well worth your time and a good day because you can follow up. So the big thing about vendor shows is contact information. Don't spend an arm and a leg trying to get a spot. And if you have the ability to have some things that people can buy on the spot and carry with them home, those tend to do better. So that's vendor shows. Of course, there's always more training on Workstation that you can search for. There's YouTube trainings, and as hopefully the world starts to open back up again, I can do more vendor shows and share with you guys my experience and what I learn and all the things. So if people do vendor shows and feel like they have an insight or like a secret, definitely come back and share, even if it's months from now, because we always are looking to learn that kind of stuff. Someone asked how Scentsy looked pre-COVID. So Brooke, I feel like you joined right at like the beginning of COVID. But you might be one of the only ones that's really pre-COVID. And Buffy, because we lost a couple other people that were pre-COVID. I'm trying to think who else is in the group. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is if you were pre-COVID, please feel free to add to what this discussion is. So whenever I was thinking about what life was like a year ago, because I mean, that was really when COVID started, as far as the business and like how I ran my business, I feel like things were pretty similar. Our team was a lot smaller. End of March. Yeah. So I guess you were pretty COVID. So Buffy might be the only one. Our team was a lot smaller. Let me see if I can pull up. I meant to do this before I hopped on, what our team size was back then. Let's see. March of 2020. Let's go February. March is sticky. So February of 2020. Of course, it's going to take forever. But our team was smaller. Things did not sell out nearly as quickly. It was the same for me. Okay, so get this. Holy cow, guys. I'm really glad I ran this. Our team this time a year ago was 11. We had 11 people total in our team, in our group, and everybody. I had 10 consultants on my team. Now, that's to say a year later, wow, I'm so glad I ran that. A year later, we have 95 in our group. So if that doesn't give you motivation to show up and do hard work and be consistent for a year, like that's almost 80 people that we included that we had join our Cincy family. In 12 months. Yes, Brooke, you have 10 now. Think of what you could have in a year from now. That is not where I was expecting to go on this topic, but holy moly, if that doesn't light a fire under your butt, I'm not sure what will. Yes, in the moment, you may be like, I only have 2 people on my team. I don't have anyone. But if I can tell you that we grew by almost 80 consultants in a freaking year, and I'm no one special, let me just remind you. Little old Liz is no one special. I don't do this full time. None of our teammates do this full time. So do I, Kirsten. I'm like actually tearing up. So that's to tell you that it's a group effort. It is absolutely a team effort, and I did not get here without each and every one of you. But show up for yourself, show up for your business, and this will be you this time next year. So, all right, well, team was a lot smaller. I didn't think we were quite that much smaller, but that's to answer that. Team was a lot smaller. Less definitely went out of stock. We didn't really have the issue of back ordering or warmers of the month selling out in like hours. You guys are so funny with your hearts. We didn't have, I rarely got up at 3 a.m. to put in orders, just being completely honest, because it didn't sell out. If I got my warmer of the month order in at 5 o'clock on the 1st, I was doing good. We didn't have as much interest in Cincy. It just, people loved Cincy, but now I feel like people are really getting obsessed with Cincy and more people are learning about it. Obviously we had more home parties and vendor shows, that goes without saying. But my PRV was not nearly as high as it is now. So that's to show you that this business can be run online, because all right, we're running numbers now, friends. Okay, so this time last year, I had 4,000 PRV. Nope, that's a lie. Please ignore me. That's right now. How much I have. So this time last year, I had 3,000 PRV. Absolutely, bro. People don't want stinky homes. So I had 3,000 PRV. This year I have, I think it was like 4,200. And obviously we had the option to have home parties at that time. So it's not like we were stopped by anything. And I have almost 1,000 PRV higher on the 22nd. So your business can absolutely be run strictly online on Facebook Live parties, on whatever, however platform you want to do it. We don't need home parties and vendor shows is what I'm trying to say, because I haven't had them in over a year and look where we are. I think more people now support small business, and of course you have the little trolls that are gonna say stuff about direct sales. But I feel like more people are supporting direct sales and supporting small business because of the economy and what we've been through in the past year. And that's not to get like political or anything, but I think everyone can agree that the world's had a really crazy year. And so supporting small business has been so important like never before. So I personally think that all of you guys here now are so blessed in the fact that people are really supporting us. And that's not to say that people that are older have it harder, because I hate when people say that you came in at a good or a bad time or whatever. But I think that that's something that we really do have to appreciate right now with our customers, is that, you know, a lot of people did lose their jobs and a lot of people are going through hardships right now, and they still want to support us, even if that's just sharing Cincy and getting us a referral or whatever. I think that that speaks to the importance of treating our customers right, because we need them now more than ever. So that little chat about pre-COVID, that was more than what I thought, but that's really cool to look back at numbers like that. So I'm really glad I was able to do that. As far as like business, I ran my business the same, took care of my customers the same, still was obsessed with Cincy. So none of that was really different before COVID. Someone talked about fundraisers. So, and I think it was like specifically online fundraisers. I've done one. I've never done an in-person fundraiser. We have 2 people in our group that have, for sure, that I know of. I'm sure more have, but I just specifically helped them set this one up so I know about it. As far as my fundraiser, what it was for, my mother-in-law's friend does fundraising for Alzheimer's. So they do like the Alzheimer's walk. And so she was like, you know, just interested to see like how that would work. So what I did was I ran it as a party. I set it up, I set it up as a Facebook group, and I just called it like Allison's Alzheimer's fundraiser. I don't even know. It wasn't anything creative. And I made posts in there like I would a party, but really emphasized the fact that, okay, perfect, we may have to talk to her and see if she has any other suggestions. But I really emphasize the fact that all of the commissions and all of the earnings was going to Allison, who was my host, or who the fundraiser was going to. So people ordered on the party link. I didn't accept any orders that I had to input. They had to order on the party link. That way it shipped straight to them. We left this thing open for like a month. So people would have had to wait forever if they would have given me their orders. So they went on, they ordered what they wanted. I, of course, shared about bundle and saves. I went live. I shared the posts just like I would any other thing, just educating them. But, of course, when people know it's for a fundraiser, they're like, they hop on immediately and want to help. So I don't know that everyone necessarily looked at the post, but they ordered under the party link. It shipped straight to them. And then I donated 25% of my commissions. So whatever her PRV was, I took 25% of it and I wrote her a check. Well, I didn't write it. I went to the bank and got her a check, but same thing. And then I mailed that to her. Now, with a fundraiser, you get to keep all the hostess rewards. You're not obligated to give those hostess rewards to the hostess or who you're doing the fundraiser for. Now, I did. I gave her some, I think I gave her like a warmer, maybe some bars for doing it because, of course, I got more contacts out of it. And that's the blessing about a fundraiser. People are often like, well, why would I do a fundraiser if I'm not making any money from it? Well, one, we're doing good, and it's that whole concept of generosity, which is one of Cincy's core values, but you really are gaining new contacts, and those people need more wax eventually. They need more counter clean. So they can build that connection, you can get their contact information, and then you can follow up with them and establish an ongoing customer. So I did keep the hostess rewards, but I gave some to her. I think I probably used like the half off stuff because, again, giving that to her is a tax write-off. Which reminds me, if my mom watches this, I did not give you that receipt. Okay. Mom, I need you to be on here. So that is technically a tax write-off. Now, as far as how to run it and the logistics of it, one thing. Keep it simple. Mom's on. Nope, I'm gonna have to add to it. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Like, don't think that just because, yeah, trust me, Brooke, Mama Holland will be on your butt about getting your taxes done. Don't overcomplicate it. Literally, people are ordering and then you're donating your commissions. Now, if it's an in-person one, things do get trickier because you have them collect the orders, you input the orders, you box the orders, all that kind of stuff. Online fundraisers are 100% easier. If I ever do an in-person fundraiser for like a soccer team or something like that, I will definitely probably stick to a Cent Circle fundraiser. So look up Rachel Pence has a video on her Cent Circle fundraiser, and that's absolutely how I would run it. A full catalog fundraiser is a lot of work. So yes, we want to be generous, and yes, we want to donate as much as we can, but also don't kill yourself in the meantime because it's not worth it to be so stressed out about it. So online fundraisers, run it like a party, have a link, donate commission. You get to choose how much you donate. So if you only make 25% commission that month and you want to donate 20%, so you can keep 5% for whatever costs, that's fine too. You get to choose how much you donate. So just because I donated 25, don't feel like you have to. That's something you need to work out with the person that's doing the fundraiser. People do Scent Circle fundraisers, buddy clips, full catalogs. Again, if you do an in-person fundraiser, look into Scent Circle fundraisers. I think it's so much easier. Okay, next topic. And of course, I was like, wow, this is not going to take me any time at all. You'd think after 8 weeks I would learn. So someone had mentioned talking about growing our customer base. I feel like I've tried to give you guys a lot of ideas on this throughout the course of the training. Maybe I didn't like explicitly say it. But doing things like taking care of your customers, they're going to refer you. Building your connections outside of Scentsy. So that's at vendor shows, getting that contact information. That's in Facebook groups. That's just being a good person and like being nice to your coworkers. And of course, the best thing I'm going to tell you is parties, 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 parties. Over 50% of my customer base, I didn't know before Scentsy. I found them because of a party. So while in the moment doing online parties may seem like, oh my goodness, they're so overwhelming, I can't get any interaction, all the things, that is your best chance of growing your customer base. That's as simple as it gets. There's other ways, absolutely, but if you want the easiest, fastest, most effective way, it's parties. So get those parties booked. Continuing to share on social media. Even if you share and someone doesn't interact, doesn't show any kind of interest, you will have someone 2 years from now be like, hey, so I need to order this warmer that I saw, or yeah, Robin and I found each other because of a party. Or hey, I need this for a gift, or hey, like I need wax now, I just ran out. Or I've had someone say, hey, I finally used up all my Walmart wax, I want to try Scentsy. And it's been like 2 years since I had started Scentsy to when they contacted me, but because I was consistent, I still showed up. They then reached out and I grew my customer base just by showing up on social media. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, and I think that's why it's hard for a lot of people to understand, and that's why they struggle, is you're not going to build a customer base in a week. It takes consistency, it takes showing up, it takes doing the parties and doing the hard things, and it will come organically. It's like the whole buying followers on social media. Buying 10,000 followers is sticky and gross and not genuine, but if you continue to share and show you and why you love a product and who you are as a person, those followers will come. Your customer base will come. Just continue to show up and it will happen. Vendor events and fundraisers, of course, a great way to get new contacts. You can then reach out, send samples. We have a consumable product. There's other direct sales out there that their product is not consumable. There's a really great kitchen appliance company, but you only need one pizza cutter. You only need one pan that fries your pizza or whatever it is. So you can have a fantastic product, but if people don't need more, they don't need more. They're gonna need more wax. They're gonna need more counter clean. They're gonna need more warmers, because everyone that just has 1 or 2 warmers in their house is gonna realize, I want more warmers. So we have a consumable product. If you take care of your customers, they will continue to come back. So while that's not growing your customer base, that's consistently getting customers too. And I have in here, literally, get out of your own dang way. And that's preaching to me, that's preaching to everybody, because so many of us are so scared and we're so stuck in our comfort zone that we don't want to get new customers. I agree, Brooke, you can never have enough. So we don't post on our stories on social media. We don't find vendor events because we're scared. We don't ask people if they want to do fundraisers because we're in our own way. So if you look and you're like, wow, I don't have as many customers as I would like, I love you, but take a look in the mirror and see if you're doing the things that people have told you will consistently build customers. Are you asking people to book the parties? Are you doing the hard things? That's awesome. I swear, from this house to our next house, we always say we want to build, and I don't know if anyone follows Chloe Cox on social media. If you don't, you need to, but she has outlets in her mantle on her fireplace, and I am convinced that that's going to be in my next house. Like, and we will have so many outlets. So that's why I want to build, because I don't think that any other house will have enough outlets for me. But that's my little spiel on customer base. Someone asked about bulk texting and email. I'm not sure, as far as bulk texting, I think I mentioned this, but I'm not sure. I use the Hit 'em Up app, HITEMUP, and there is a paid version. To donate your commission, you would just write them a check or Venmo them or whatever. I went to the bank so I could get, like, what is that, a cashier's check? So it kind of looked more official. You know, their name was, like, actually typed out on it. So that's what I did. But, I mean, truthfully, you could Venmo them or whatever. It's really any way to get your commission to them. Hopefully that makes sense. Yes, that's what I was going to say, Brooke. I have the paid version of that app, but Brooke does have a free version of another app. Remind is what she said it's called. So look those two apps up. The reason I chose Hit 'em Up, one, I already had a lot of my customers in there, but two, they can reply directly to that message, and it's your phone number. So I really liked that concept of it. Is it worth the paid version? Probably not, and you should probably just use Remind, if I'm being honest. I literally have, Brooke uses something else, so I will have her comment. So thanks. To bulk email. I have done this two separate ways. The easiest way, and the way that I think you should start, and the way that I didn't do for a really long time, is your workstation. So in your workstation, go to your contacts tab, click on that, and it'll pull up your contacts. There's results per page in the upper right hand corner, and I think the standard is set at 50. It's a drop down menu, so drop that down, hit show all, because if you don't do that initially, it's only going to email your first 50 customers. So hit show all, make sure all your customers are there, and then in the upper left, I'll repeat this if anyone's writing it down. In the upper left, there's a box next to name, like the column that says name, there's a box there. You check that, and you should see all the check marks become checked in the left-hand column. I thought about doing, you know what? Hang on. We can solve this. Although we all learned that I'm not the best camera person. Okay, so here I'll start from. Sorry, I don't know if numbers are shown if no one wants that. Okay, so dashboard. Okay, you'll go to contacts right here on the left side. Okay, so you're gonna pull this up. Whenever you scroll down, this is all your contacts, okay? So what you want to do is right here on the results per page, make sure this says show all. I learned that this one time only send it to my first 50 people. I don't know that this is a mandatory step, but just do it to be safe. So this is show all, okay? So we're loading. Still on the same contacts tab. So these are all my customers, okay? So now that everybody's on there, okay, right here next to name, Brooke's one of the first ones. There she is. Right here next to name, you will click this button, okay? So you'll click that, and as you can see, all of these boxes will now be checked all the way down, okay? So there's that. And then right here, it says email. Okay, so you just click on that. And now it literally has all your customers' emails already input here, right here. And if there's anyone you wanted to add or subtract, you could do that. But literally there's like pages and pages of emails. You would add your subject. And then all of this stuff, this is very outdated in my opinion. But you can do things like bold, italics. Yeah, Brooke, it's that easy. I know. I was so mad that I didn't think about it sooner. I just recently started doing it, so don't feel bad. But you can do like colored text, you can do highlights. You can honestly probably do more than I even know there is, because I haven't really like dug deep into playing with it. Yeah, I've never done it from the communication, so I can't tell you even that way to do it. That's the way I do it. That's the way I felt like is the easiest. That's how you do it on workstation. So that's why getting that contact information is so important. And I'm starting to have to go back and fill in contact information from the beginning that, yes, you can, Brooke, that I didn't have. But, okay, you can attach, but I've had issues with attaching. I don't know if it's because the file's too big. But I have been able to copy and paste something. Again, I think it's very outdated. I think that they need to update it. I just hit the table. And there's probably an easier way than what I'm thinking, but that's just what I've found. And then I used to use MailChimp, like a monkey. They have really, really nice templates that are already like input for you. It's free. And you can just go in there and play around, and it looks more like a very professional email because of the templates and because you can put pictures here and you can put links here and you can make a button that says shop now and it's connected to your website and all the little things. Yeah, seriously, doesn't it take you back to like elementary school? So the templates are super nice. Now, I don't know if there's a way that you can copy a template from, say, like MailChimp or somewhere. I think that there is a way, so I need to dig into this, that you can copy a template into the workstation, so into that little plain white box, because I think Hannah Hall does it. But you can use that template and then maybe copy and paste over. The only reason I don't use MailChimp anymore is because you have to input all your contacts, and most of my contacts are in workstation, and you guys saw how many there are. I can reach way more people by doing it the workstation way than I would take to put in all the MailChimp. So that's how I do it. It's super simple. I'm sure there's a better way that you can do templates and make it prettier. So if anyone finds that out, let me know. Someone asked for Happy Mail. I have done a few things in the Boss Babes page about thank yous. Yeah, it's a pain, Brooke. Sending out thank yous and all the things. I'm not going to tell you how to do Happy Mail for the simple fact that if I do, you will 1000% play the comparison game and compare what I do to what you do, and it's not the same and it shouldn't be the same. So what I'm going to tell you on Happy Mail is to send something, send them some sort of a thank you, and make it a handwritten thank you. So if you literally send them a blank thank you card and that is it, that is fine. That is 100% totally fine. If you send them something, send them a thank you. And you should at least send them something to say, I really appreciate you and your order. What you choose to do beyond that is up to you. If you want to add in a felt sample, you can. If you want to add in a scent circle, you can. If you want to mail them a warmer, you can. I don't know why you would. That'd be a big thank you, but totally, Robin. That's how I feel about Happy Meal. Because I don't want to tell you that there's one way to do it, because so many people get in a one-track mind and see the way that I do it and think they have to do it the same way. Do what works for you. Send them something and make it handwritten. That's all there is to it. Don't complicate it past that. If you want to add confetti, people love confetti. I think you should. Yeah, that would cost a lot of money. So do something, make it handwritten, make it personal, and make it you. That's it. That's all I have for you. You'll find what works for you. Okay, so those were some of the things that people asked me to speak about. There's definitely more details on all of that stuff. There's definitely more I could cover, but those were things that I felt like I could at least give you a little snippet now and then carry over onto our Boss Babes page, because now that I've done a training once a week in here, I definitely want to do more trainings on that page. And so I will continue to share this kind of stuff, and I would love feedback on videos that your teammates want. If you find out something cool and you can hop on live and share about it, that's obviously what I would prefer. But if you find stuff that your teammates want to know more about, let me know, and I definitely will do more trainings in there. So let me drink some Diet Coke. This is how you know it's been a long day. So just a recap. I'm going to miss this so much. Like, as much as I have had going on these past 2 months with this clinical, Brooke, do that. Do that. Because I think more people, like, in there too will want to know about it. Please. That was very demanding. Sorry. I'm not supposed to tell my team what to do. I'm supposed to show them. Sorry. If you would, please. I would appreciate it. So I just want to do no, I definitely could go for some wine. I know, I can't believe it's almost over either. I felt like at the beginning, everyone was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much. And see, I didn't kill anyone. We lost a lot of people. So if you're still here, you deserve a glass of wine, because we lost a ton of people over things like going live. A lot of people dropped out that week because they didn't want to go live, and they have to get that. They have to get themselves squared away. They have to get themselves in the right mind for someone else to lead them. So I felt like that was like, okay, I understand personally it's not right for you right now. Aw, awesome, guys. I love that. You guys were so sweet in your comments too with your homework. I was like reading them. I was like, I love this. But that is a serious note. If you're still here, you worked your tail off. And I know that, you know, a lot of us had a lot going on. We had school. Some people had deaths and they're still here. Some people have been going through some like really personal stuff. Aw, Brooke, that makes me so happy. I was so nervous when that happened at the same time, because I felt like I was going to lose everyone to that training. If y'all want to know a deep, dark secret. Yes, and that's the thing. Like, I want you guys to be comfortable around each other, because all of us are here to just support each other. So that's just something else. If you guys are ever like looking to go live and you want to come back here in this group and practice, this group will stay open. I don't plan to archive it unless I have to. So come back here and practice at any time. Like, I know all of us would love to see it. A deep, dark secret. Yes. That is my deepest secret right there for you guys in Cincy World. I was very nervous for that training. Played the comparison game. See? Yes, we will absolutely still have bacon nights. I don't have the ability, to tell you every X day, just because my schedule is so ever changing and I'm about to go back to school. So I kind of have to play it by ear with that. Do people have more people that are interested? Like, should we have a bacon night soon? Should we give it a little bit longer? Where are we with that? I personally have 2 people that weren't able to join the first one that have said they want to. So will they join this one? Who knows? But I have a couple people that I would try to get on. And like I said, I will literally do a bacon night for one person. I don't care. Like, totally would. So let me know where you guys are at with that. While you do that, I just want to kind of recap little snippets that I feel like if you just want to jot these things down as just a little reminder to yourself, when things are hard, when things aren't going the way that you expected them to, if you just want to kind of have a little refresh, these are the things that I want you to remember. Share daily on your social media. Okay, I'll read that in a second, Brooke. Share daily on your social media. And notice I said share and don't sell. So we know that. We know we always want to share. Share daily and be consistent. Stick to your 5 daily habits that will make you and your business better. So go back to those 5 daily habits we wrote down. Drinking enough water, moving your body, making 3 posts on social media to schedule, all the things that we did. Continue to do those. Give people an experience with Cincy and they will come back. They will host parties. They will refer their friends and they will join your team. So remember that whole talk about experience and why it's so important. Don't overcomplicate parties. Don't do it. Parties are really super simple. Hostess coaching is everything. So coaching your host or hostess. I do have my first host, my first male host tomorrow, and he needs to join our team. Like, absolutely, his party's at like $480 and we haven't even gone live yet, so he needs to join our team and we might have our first guy. So coach your host or hostess and tell them exactly what you want them to do in the group. I would love if you would love or like all the posts that I post and comment on 3 of them saying why a product is your favorite. Okay? So tell them exactly, that's awesome, Robin. I've never had a guy host with me before. Tell them exactly what you want them to do and why. You know, if you interact more, your people are more likely to interact and you will get more feedback. It should be a competition because I've been trying to get this guy to join since last summer and he always tells me, oh, later, so we should have a competition. Share in your party and others will be interested. You will have parties that flop. Absolutely. My one at the beginning of the month, I think it's at 40 PRV. The one that I posted about. My hostess will not answer me. She also is one that I can have her package for 2 months and not hear from her. So you will have parties that will flop. You will also have parties that will have $480 before you even go live. But you will never know which one is which unless you do it. So just because you have 1 or 2 flop does not mean that all of them are going to flop. Now, if you have party after party after party that's not hitting 200 PRV, that's the time that you need to take a step back, get with me, get with your sponsor, and be like, hey, would you care to look at my party setup? I think I may not be doing it effectively because I'm really not getting much interest. And then at that point, we can come in and kind of like fine tune it and figure out what's going on. Not saying that we have all the answers, but maybe you're just not posting enough. Or your posts are very vague and not very specific and you kind of just mash everything together in one post and you don't separate it out or whatever. So at that point, that's when you can say, hey, I might need some help if party after party isn't reaching 200. Because asking for help is not a sign of failure and it's 100% A-okay. Recruiting is something that you do every single day because it's a part of who you are. Not because you have to, not because you need to check a box on Friday saying you made a recruiting conversation, but because it's a part of who you are and you believe in this business and you believe in the blessing that it could be for other people. That's how you recruit. Lead your team by example and lead for those that are hungry for more. Don't ever try to drag people along. Don't beg people to join. Because all that's going to turn into is dragging them along in the mud, trying to get them to work their business, trying to get them to post, and that's going to be draining for you and for them. And that is a leech. And we want leaders and not leeches. So, while I do think a lot of people need kind of a kick in the butt on joining, I don't think a ton of people, I'm not going to say no one because Brooke and I are perfect examples, coming to someone being like, hey, I want to join. Most people you have to like kind of coach along and be like, hey, like I think you'd be good at this. That's one thing. But don't beg and plead and, say you'll buy them all the things if they join because that's not good for you or for them. You want people that want this business. So that's kind of my little snippet on like if I had to summarize the last 8 weeks into just a couple points of what I want you guys to take home, that is it. Okay, hang on, let me go back. Couple maybes. Okay, we can definitely consider it. Maybe I can make a poll in the Boss Babes and see if other people have anyone. I do know Hannah and them are doing another one. Is it tonight? I think it's tonight, isn't it? I don't know. That's really bad. I think it's the last Monday of the month, which would be today. If you had someone that wanted that. But we can absolutely do another one with our team. So, I want you to comment what is the most valuable, okay, it is tonight, takeaway for you from this training. If you had to say, I agree, Brooke. If you had to say one thing, what is the most valuable thing that you took away during these last 8 weeks? It doesn't have to be something that I said. It can be something that another person shared in a post, or that you learn that you do have self-worth and you do have the confidence to go live. So, and you don't have to answer right now, Robin. Just at some point, if you could come back here and let me know one thing that you took away from it. Again, it doesn't have to be what I said. It's not going to hurt my feelings, I promise. But if you can just tell me like one thing that was really, really important to you. I kind of want to collect it all together because I do want to do more trainings like this. And I think if we have real feedback, it would be really helpful. So I want to leave you with talking about dreams versus goals. So we started week 1 of this training with dreaming big. We dreamed really, really big, and we wrote down our goals. Go back and look at those. How many of you guys have gone back and looked at those, or have them up for you to see daily, or have revisited them over the course of the past 8 weeks? It's hard. Life is busy, and I think we've all learned that. So it's hard to say, yeah, I'm going to look at my goals every single day, because things happen. So go back and look at those that you wrote down that very, very first week. When talking about dreams and goals, remember that 2,000 PRV is not a dream. Retiring from your full-time job is a dream. Staying at home with your babies is a dream. Buying a new car is a dream. 2,000 PRV is a stepping stone to get you there. Cincy is the vessel that can get you to your dreams. So remember, we're not saying 2,000 PRV is our dream. That's how we're getting there. And if you need, that's so awesome, Brooke. If you need motivation to go after that dream that you wrote down at the beginning of week 1, it's not your dream. Especially since it's only February. That's like true no matter what, but especially because we're only like 7 weeks out from writing that dream. And if you need motivation now for that dream, it wasn't your dream to begin with. Don't make a title a goal. If you say, my goal is just to hit director, what happens when you get there? You're a director. That's great. You have a team. You have your own team name. Now what? So that's why we dream big. Never, ever, ever let a temporary feeling affect your 5-year dream. Don't let teammates quitting. Don't let a slow month. Don't let a party flop. Don't let someone telling you no stop you from reaching those 5-year goals. And if those numbers that we shared at the beginning aren't enough to show you what happens if you don't give up, absolutely over the past 365 days has there been times that this business has really stressed me out, and I've been exhausted, and people have told me no, and teammates have quit, and I've had months that I haven't had great PRV. But when you stop and you take a step back and look that we grew by almost 80 people because I didn't let temporary feelings affect my dreams, that's what can happen. So just because you're stressed right now, take care of yourself first of all, but just because you're upset because someone quit right now, just because you don't have as much PRV as you want right now, don't let right now stop you from what can happen with this business. Never let a temporary feeling stop you from going for your 5-year dreams. I only read the first part of that, Kirsten, about the quote, and that is one of my favorite quotes. Sorry, I didn't realize my dogs are squeaking. It's like a baby crying. You just like toot them out. Ask yourself, is your dream optional? When you look at that dream that you have to buy a new car, to take your family on vacation, to retire your spouse, to pay off your student loans, is that optional for you? If it is, it's not your dream. And if it's not optional, then neither should your business. If you know that this business can get you to that dream, and that dream is not optional, then why are you treating like your business like it's an option? My dreams are not optional. So this business, I'll continue to work on the hard days, on the days that people tell me no, on the days where I feel like I have 1,000,001 things to do, because I know that this business can get me to where I want to be. And remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. So if you have a dream of quitting your full-time job, but you have no plan to get there, that's just wishing. That goes back to sitting down like we did on week 1 and figuring out how you can achieve what you want to achieve. That's why I had you guys do those activities. It wasn't just because I felt like I wanted to do that stuff. It's because it all ties back together. Those dreams are 1,000% possible, but you need a plan to get there. And if I haven't said it enough over the past 8 weeks, I'll say it one more time. Please write your goals out and write your plan out. What's your goal and how are you getting there? Every one of you should have posted it back on the Boss Babes page. And several of you posted it in here, on your homework, all the things. But make sure you have those tangible things. I want to leave you with one thing. Choose your hard. Running a Scentsy business is hard. Being broke is also really hard. Running a team is hard. Not having the time to spend with your family or go on vacations is also hard. Choose your hard. Choose what matters most. This business is not a get rich quick. We've said it 1,000,000 times. There's gonna be hard times. Choose if getting to retire and stay at home is worth going through these hard times right now with your temporary feelings. Pick the hard that gives you the most out of your life. Because guess what? You only get one to live. Okay? So, that is what I have for you. I cannot believe that this is already over. I'm seriously not going to know what to do on the weekends, not having to research topics for you guys. I do want to thank you guys for your time and effort, because I know that you guys devoted time into this just like everyone else, and a lot of you guys stepped outside of your comfort zone, and it's been a beautiful thing to watch. It's like proud mama over here. I am so proud of all of you. Literally, Kirsten and I could cry, but I'm going to try to keep it together. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of the community that we've built. I feel like not many times can you get 15 women together and they all support each other and lift each other up. And we have that here. We don't have the catty teenage girls. We have 15 women that truly have each other's back. There's no competition. We want each other to win. So I would love to continue it, but I feel like at a certain point, everyone's going to be like, oh my God, please stop talking. So I think that this was a good time frame in my opinion, but I'm going to be having you guys fill out a survey, so that's going to kind of be your homework this week. You guys with your hearts. I love all of you. Will be kind of like a survey to kind of give me feedback. I think next one that we do, I might do more of like a Zoom setting so I can see you guys more. Now that everyone's kind of more comfortable. You guys are so crazy. I'm literally gonna cry over you guys liking stuff. This is ridiculous. So I will have the survey to learn how to improve this. Guys, this was the first time of me ever running this. So I was really just kind of winging it, kind of trying to figure out what was going on. So constructive feedback is always welcomed. Please be kind to me. As we all know, I don't have all the self-confidence, as you guys know, and sometimes I take things personally, so just be nice. But seriously, if you guys have feedback, let me know. And then, as promised, as long as you guys complete all the requirements, you will be getting a certificate from me. It's just little old me that's sending it to you, but I really hope that that certificate means something to you, that you guys really, Mom, you guys really did step outside of your comfort zone. You devoted yourself, you devoted your time to doing hard things and showing up for yourself every single week for 8 weeks. 2 months. You decided that you and your Cincy business were worth doing the hard things for. So thank you, Robin. I appreciate it. You guys are absolutely amazing. I could not ask for a better team. I don't care what anyone says. Our team is the best. And we're all going to meet in person one day, I promise. We just have to get Brooke home in Ohio. So beyond the survey, please let me know what else I can do for you guys. I want to continue to do trainings in the Boss Babes page. Hoping to, hi Lynn, hoping to continue to grow our community. I know that the 15 of us have each other's backs and love each other so beyond what we can even put into words, but I want to continue that into the Boss Babes community as a whole, so we can get 100 of us feeling the same vibes, because I think we all can agree that this community is unlike any other. So yes, awesome, big kid job with vacation days. We'll have to plan around your vacation days, Brooke. Maybe sometime this summer so we can do it by our pool. So drinks and pool time, what more could we want, right? That's the perfect Cincy bonding. So yes. Oh, good. I'm so glad that I got wheels turning. As long as you guys see what you're capable of, my job is done. So many people are stuck in their comfort zone and in their lack of self-confidence that they don't know what they're capable of. So if you can see that, I've done and accomplished what I set out to do with this program. So mine too, Brooke, sunshine. So thank you guys seriously so much. Thank you for the feedback that you'll give me. If you wouldn't mind sharing that one thing that you really took away from this training for me, that would be fantastic. That and the survey is really all I have left for you. I feel like you guys have been through enough busy things. Aww. I love all of you. Literally, I'm gonna have to go before I start crying, because thank God I didn't drink wine, or else I would be a blabbering mess right now. Okay, so I'm gonna log off, but make sure you guys share with your teams too about this training, so next time that we offer it, they know like how much you guys felt like it helped you step out of your comfort zone, so we can continue to share all the Cincy love. So love all of you guys so much, and I love you guys for giving me all the love. You guys, that's my love language. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.